Looking at our world from a theological perspective. This is the Theology Central Podcast, making theology central.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, February the 22nd, 2022. It is currently 3:06 p.m. Central Time, and I'm coming to you live from the empty sanctuary of Victory Baptist Church. And Victory Baptist Church is located right here in the middle of nowhere, Texas. We're currently outside. Currently, it's sunny and 43 degrees. However, we've been placed now in a winter weather advisory. I think a winter storm alert. I don't even know all of the weather advisories we're currently under. So I have arrived here on this Tuesday afternoon to do hours of live broadcasting to try to make up for the possibility that I will not be able to be here tomorrow or Thursday. Now, I am holding out hope that all of the weather talk is not going to actually come to pass and it won't be really that bad and I'll be able to come back here tomorrow. Maybe we can have an actual in-person service tomorrow evening. That is the hope. But if it doesn't happen, then I want to make sure that everyone has hours of content to choose from. So that is what I will be doing this afternoon. But before we start all of the teaching and commentary and all the things we've got planned this afternoon, I thought I would go live, take about, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes to tell you about something new that we're going to be trying to do. Now, now some of you who are longtime listeners, you know that I'm always trying different things. I'm always trying new things. Sometimes what I try works. Sometimes my ambition is far greater than my ability to accomplish it. I'm like, okay, I could do this and I could do this and I could do this. And then I realize, wait a minute, who am I fooling? I can't do all of those things. I'm one person. But that doesn't stop me from continuing to try, continuing looking for new ways to get our content out there. It doesn't stop me from trying, because the minute you stop trying to figure out new things, then really you just become stagnant and complacent, and I don't like that. So we're always looking for opportunities, always moving forward, and that is what I want to explain to you right now. Another thing that we are going to try to do, and it really goes back to something that worked out great and it all came crashing down. A long time ago, I don't even know how many years ago now, we created our own standalone app. Oh, it was great. We had a standalone app. We had all of these different sections, sections for hermeneutics, sections for sermons, all of these different sections. I could send out push notifications. It was great. When we say we, I did most of the work on the app, but we also worked with a company that was based in Austin, Texas. They didn't charge us very much. They helped us get it all structured and get it ready. And then I had to work with Apple and to get it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. It took a lot of work, and we got it ready, and we started really promoting. It was the VBC 66 app, the VBC 66 app. We didn't brand it the Theology Central app at that time. It was more focused for the church. And it was great. It was awesome. And I was really happy that we had it. And I kept looking for ways to improve it and trying to think of ways to make this app just like the best thing anyone could download. Everything was going great. And then I got a phone call. I got an email. I think I got both. Hey, well, we're sorry to inform you, but our company has been bought out by another company, so your app is going to go away. But good news, the new company will help turn around a brand new app, and basically, you'll basically keep your app, but it's going to be rebranded, and it's going to be using the technology of this new company, and that it's going to be a dramatic improvement because this company is great. They're bigger. They've worked on apps for these mega churches. This is going to be great. You're going to be so pleased. You're going to be so happy. And I was like, okay, great. That's wonderful. Sounds good. We'll still have our own app that's even going to be better than the one we currently have. Okay, I cannot wait. This will be great. So we found out that it was going to cost us now around $200 a month. We went from $60 a month to $200 a month. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I don't even know if we can afford this. Okay, but let's at least move forward and see what it's like. So they started, taking me through the development process, and I would look at it and basically I had access to a beta version. And I would look at it and I would go, well, wait a minute, this is weird. So we place our RSS feed for all of our sermons and all of our podcasts. But when we look at this new app and you click on the content, it doesn't play inside the app. It opens up a web browser on your phone and then plays the audio file from a web browser. I'm like, so literally the app is just going to provide links to our sermons that are put somewhere else. It's not going to actually let it play inside the app. And you're going to charge me $200 a month versus this other company that was charging me like, $50, $60 a month. And it was an actual functioning app where our content actually played inside the app and people could download it and all of those kinds of things. And they were like, well, you could manually upload all of the content for the app. And I'm like, wait, what are you saying? And they're like, no, you have your podcast on your hosting site. Then you download that content, then you upload it and then put all of the content in for your app. And I'm like, so I'm going to be paying $200 a month so that I can manually upload each and every sermon I want on the app. And I was like, you do realize we have an archive of 2,000 messages scattered from all kinds of different podcasts all over the place. Do you realize how many hours it would take for me to upload each and every one? Because I would have to upload each and every one, give it a title, give it a description. It would take forever. You can't just pull it all in. And so then we're like, this is just not working. So I kept asking questions, hey, why can't this work? And they basically just ignored me, would not respond to emails, wouldn't respond to anything. Finally, I had to write a very, how can you say it? I don't want to say threatening, but a very blunt email saying, hey guys, look, we've already signed up with you. You're already starting to charge us for the process of building this app, but I've already tried to explain to you it's not going to do what we need to do. You've stopped responding to me. You've stopped answering me. I'm going to have to, what do I have to do? Do I have to contact the Better Business Bureau? Do I have to contact, who do I have to contact? Because this is not acceptable. Well, finally, I get a big phone call with all of the different people from both companies. And they're like, okay, we're sorry. We didn't know how to answer your question. I'm like, okay, well, not knowing how to answer my question is not really a good answer. You email me back and say, we don't know right now. We're working on it. In the meantime, we won't charge you anything until we get this resolved. But no. I didn't get anything. They finally apologize. They tell me that they're sorry. And I'm like, well, look, this is not going to work. This new company, I told the new company, your app is useless. I mean, it's basically $200 a month that someone has something in their pocket that they can click on that will send them to a different site to listen to my content. Why would I send them to this app? I will just send them to the content elsewhere. It's like this is nothing. And so I finally said, that's it, cancel it. So we canceled it. We parted on somewhat decent terms until about a year later, the people who are in charge of the money for the church said, what's this charge for I don't know, it's like $150, $170 a month, almost $200 a month. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's for our app that we don't have. So I had to contact them and say, you have been charging us now for a year for an app that we don't even have. What are you doing? And then they're like, oops, we're so sorry. We will refund you. So it was an absolute disaster. Well, ever since then, we kind of gave up the idea of having an app. All right. We kind of gave up. Now we place our content on every other app that's available out there, but we now can at least announce that we have kind of a standalone app. It's not technically ours, but it works great. Here's what you need to do. And this will give us access. This will give us the ability to do this. Number one, I can send out push notifications telling you this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. We can obviously, anytime new content is added, you will get an actual notification. So we can send out push notifications with important messages, notices, updates, anything. You'll get notifications whenever new content is added. And whenever we go live on the air, you'll get an actual notification. because our current hosting site, which is awesome, which is great, which is Spreaker, and we want people to download the Spreaker app as well. Whenever I go live on Spreaker, it doesn't always send out a notification. And that is not great, because if you go live, you want people to know you're live. So here's kind of our workaround. Here's what we're going to be doing, all right? So you can go to the Google Play Store. You can go to the Apple App Store. Once you're in there, do a search for ChurchOne. It's all run together, ChurchOne, O-N-E, not the number, don't write the numeric number one, right? Write it out, O-N-E, ChurchOne, that's ChurchOne, all run together, ChurchOne, and download the app. Now, I'm in the Apple App Store right now. I did a search for ChurchOne. I'm looking at the app. I hit Get. It asks me to install it. It's installing it. Here we go. Once it's installed, I'll explain exactly what you have to do. All right. It's thinking. Slowly but surely. Maybe. Yeah, now that I'm live on the air, it's not going to work here. All right, here we go. Come on. All right. Now, I am out here in the middle of nowhere, so maybe our internet's not working out very good. Hopefully, it's working out really good because I'm live on the air via the internet. All right. ChurchOne. All right, here we go. There it is. Download. Oh, there it goes. All right. Slowly but surely, it's downloading. All right. So once again, ChurchOne. Once it's downloaded, it's going very slow. Again, I'm in the middle of nowhere with internet speeds that are probably slower than dial-up. Right? Okay. That's a little bit of hyperbole. All right. It's finally downloaded. I hit open. Here it is. It says ChurchOne. Before you can listen to sermons, you'll need to select a broadcaster and set it as your home church. Tap the button below to begin. So the instructions are right there in front of you. So this is super easy. Then you hit Get Started, right? You can you want to allow it to use your location. Allow while using app. All right. So I'm going to allow it to use my location. Then I'm going to type in Theology. Well, I just type in Theology. We're the first one to pop up. Theology Central. Now, when you start typing in, you're going to see all of these other broadcasters. So this is generic app. All right. I want to make sure you understand that. That can be used to follow all kinds of different broadcasters. So it's not specifically our app. I want to make sure you understand that. You type in Theology. You won't even have to type in Central. We're the very first one to show up. It's if you type in Theology, this is what shows up. Theology Central, Ovalo, Texas. Theology and Perspective, the Theology Corner. Those are the three that show up. Choose Theology Central. All right, you'll see that it says Theology Central. Currently, it shows 1,484 sermons. It says Ovalo, Texas. It has the link to our pod page, theologycentral.net. You hit Select Broadcaster. You hit Allow for notifications. It says Customize your notifications. I'm going to hit OK. So it says that we're currently live. It says that we started at 3:03 p.m. It shows how many people are currently listening. It goes on down here. See, there's player, feed, downloads, sermons. Up in the top left, on the very top left, you'll see these three little blue lines. If you click on that, it has notification settings. Make sure that all of those settings are on. New sermons, live webcast start, and broadcast notices. Make sure all of those notifications are on. There, now you have the Theology Central app. Now you have our own standalone app. No, it's not officially ours. No, we don't control everything with it, but it works great. So here's how we're going to use it. Anytime I go live. Now, sometimes when I go live, I cannot be on the ChurchOne app platform because their platform does not allow me to do things like this. It doesn't allow me to do things like this.
Welcome to the Fundamental Baptist Podcast. There are
Now, you didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything there. Those listening on the Spreaker app just heard some audio that I was playing. In fact, Yeah, you don't hear anything on the ChurchOne app. You don't hear anything. Everything goes silent. Now you may, if I keep the microphone on, you may be able to hear the audio playing via the microphone.
Many types of Baptists, but being a Baptist once meant that you were a fundamentalist. Over the years, many Baptists have strayed from the fundamentals and thus
All right, so see, I don't know if you could hear that on the microphone. Someone just asked the question can we interrupt your broadcast with live comments like we can on Spreaker? Well, here's the thing. On the ChurchOne app, there is no place for you to add comments. There's no place for you to do anything like that. But here's how this is all going to work. So let me explain. What we're going to do is sometimes we'll only be live on Spreaker. Sometimes, because that gives me the ability to play audio, review sermons, news clips, or whatever what audio we're going to play. The ChurchOne platform does not allow that. There's nothing in their software that even comes, as far as I can tell, there's nothing that will work. Their software for going live is really weird. It puts it in a video format instead of an audio format. So what we do is place an image there, our logo. It's completely not user-friendly like Spreaker is. But here's what we're going to do. Whenever we're live on Spreaker only, before I go live, I will send out a notification on the ChurchOne app. You'll get a notification going live in 5 minutes on the Spreaker app only. Okay? Other times when we're doing a broadcast where I'm not going to be playing any audio, we will go live on both platforms. So no matter when I'm live, if you're on the Spreaker, if you're listening to me via the Spreaker app, then you can always jump into the chat and offer your comments and anything like that. You won't be able to do that listening via the ChurchOne app. All right. So if you're that interested in sharing a comment, if you want to do that. But so you'll always get a notification when we go live. If you have the ChurchOne app downloaded, you'll always get a notification when we go live. Sometimes you will not be able to use the ChurchOne app to hear me when I'm doing a live broadcast where I'm going to be interacting with audio clips. All right. Whenever I am not doing a broadcast where I'm interacting with audio clips, we will be live on both platforms, so you can use the ChurchOne app to actually listen to me live. But the thing is with the ChurchOne app, having it, you will always get the notifications. You'll always get the notification. Sometimes it may be a notification, no live broadcast today. Check out the blog at theologycentral.net for content that I'll be adding there today. It may be, I'll be arriving at the church at 3 p.m. today to go live. I can send out, I sent out the notification earlier today on the ChurchOne app about the weather situation developing here in the middle of nowhere, Texas. So having the Spreaker app and the ChurchOne app will let you know whenever we're live and give you access to everything. On the ChurchOne app, a lot of our content is still not placed within series, right? If you go down to, if you're looking at the ChurchOne app, if you go down to where it says recent series and you hit see all, you'll see all of our series. The Imitation of Christ, Bible Study Exercise, Devotional, Eye on Christianity, News Commentary, Romans, Hermeneutics, Most Influential Churches, Niagara Creed, Pelagianism, Sermon on the Mount, Faith Alone, Sinless Christianity, Bethel Church, the Chalcedonian Creed, Christian Podcast Spotlight, Repentance, Risen Nation Church, and Proverbs. Now, you'll see some of those series have very few things in them because right now, all of our content has been pulled from our RSS feed, but it did not add any, no description, everything is just blank, but the content is there. I have to go in manually, go to each message and go, okay, that was preached on this date. Here's the description. Here's the series I want to put it in. So those series are going to constantly be updated as I do that work. It's just very, 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 very time consuming. If I had a team, then they would already have it done, but it's just me. So I'm going to keep working on that. But before it's all said and done, the ChurchOne app, all of our series, everything will be right there. It'll be easy for you to find. So let me just summarize. The ChurchOne app, go to your app store of choice, type in ChurchOne, download the app, select Theology Central as your broadcaster of choice. Make sure all of your notifications are on, and make sure you allow it to use your current location. All right, that will be very helpful and beneficial. That will make sure the app is working correctly. Once you have that, then you will be able to not only listen to us whenever we're live on that particular platform, but you're always going to get notifications. You're always going to get notifications whenever new content is added, whenever I'm going live, no matter where I'm going live at, whatever platform I'm live on, you're going to know before I go live. You're going to know anything. I may even send out a notification on a Saturday night telling you what I'm going to be teaching and preaching on Sunday. Who knows? I may even send out a notification. I don't know. I'm gonna just try to be as creative as I can be with it. So make sure your notification. I'll just try not to bother you all the time with notifications being sent out. But it's just a way for us to have an app. Now, is this all going to work great? Could there be something that happens or something that can make it all go away? There's always that possibility. But for now, we're going to use it to the best of our ability. Okay. So ChurchOne. Now, I can't speak for you, but I am impatiently waiting. For Sermon Audio to drop their new app. It's called Sermons 2.0. It sounds like it's going to function a lot like a normal podcasting app, and we'll be talking about that and doing a thorough review whenever it drops in the App Store. I was told that it was sent to the app stores this morning, as about how long ago? About 35 minutes ago, I checked, and it's still not in the App Store. So I don't know what's going on there. But we will give a thorough review of that because that's, I think, another tool that could be very beneficial to everyone. So that's it. It's called ChurchOne. Download it. That's going to now be the official Theology Central app. But please keep Spreaker on your phone. Do not delete Spreaker, okay? Do not delete Spreaker because Spreaker is I wish you could see the difference. Going live on ChurchOne, it's easy to do, right? You just hit start, okay? But you can't put title. You can't put any description. You can't even explain what you're doing. That's on ChurchOne. On Spreaker, so on ChurchOne, it's very easy. You can just hit start, but you can't add any information. On Spreaker, oh, wow. You should see the setup. I can give it a title. I can give it a description. I can put hashtags there. And I have the ability to play our professional intro. I have the ability to play audio clips. People have the ability to chat with us. It is absolutely awesome what Spreaker does. It is absolutely awesome. Looked at we've tried doing live broadcast on Podbean. It's nothing compared to what Spreaker does. It's not even in the same. Again, Podbean was another situation. I could not play audio. So it's just amazing the difference. But so please keep Spreaker on your mobile device and the ChurchOne app. And then I know it's weird to have two different apps, but I mean, delete a couple of pictures that you took of your dog, okay? And then you'll be okay, all right? See, will we get notifications when you go live? Oh, very good. I always forget we have the VBC podcast as well. Yes, you will. I think what we're going to do, whenever I'm going live for VBC podcast, I think we're going to VBC podcast. I never interact with audio. I think we will always go live on both Spreaker and ChurchOne when we're doing messages under VBC. But even if I don't go live under ChurchOne, I will still send out a notification. I'll go back to the sound booth, and right before we start, I'll just send out a notification saying going live in 3 minutes. Listen via Spreaker or the ChurchOne app. So I think that's something else we're going to try to do. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you. Good questions, Will. Good. See, someone asking questions because I already forgot about the other podcast. I already forgot about the VBC podcast. So thank you for reminding me of that. So I hope this works. It will be interesting to see. I I was notified today that currently I have no way of knowing how many people have downloaded and are using the ChurchOne app. I have no statistics available to me. I was told today that they could work to get me that information. I was told they could work to give me that information. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true or how accurate it would be, but we're going to try to find out. We're going to try to find out, because to do it doesn't require a lot of work, but when you're putting in extra effort, if no one's using the ChurchOne app, then at some point you have to decide, is it something we keep doing? Is it something we keep paying for? I mean, the ChurchOne app, roundabout way, basically $50, I think it costs around $50 a month for us to be able to have this ability. So it's a lot of money to have the ability, but if we can, if people are using it, then it's worth it. All right. So we just want to have people to have access to tune in, and I want to have that ability to send out notifications letting people know when we go live. Some people don't listen to us live. I will argue, if you look at the live numbers versus the download and stream numbers, there's no comparison. It's not even in the same ballpark. And probably the reason why is I don't schedule my live broadcast like a normal schedule. I go live 3-4 hours a day whenever I want to go live. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's in the afternoon, sometimes it's in the evening. It's whenever. So obviously, since we don't have a scheduled live broadcast, it makes it hard for people to plan for it. So the numbers are never going to be comparable to our downloads and streams, but we want to make it available. So please go to your app store of choice. Do a search for ChurchOne. Download it. Open it. It's going to say select your broadcaster. Do a search for Theology Central. As soon as you get the word theology typed in, we're going to be the first option. There's going to be other options. Remember, ChurchOne is a generic app. Once you select us as a broadcaster, think of it this way. This generic app then pulls in everything, think about it this way, from our RSS feed and makes it available. It also allows you to listen to us when we go live using the ChurchOne platform, but we'll also send out notifications when we're using a different platform to go live, and we're going to only be broadcasting on the other one. Either way, you'll always know what's going on. And then you can choose to ignore it, say, I'm too busy. Why does he keep sending me notifications? I don't care. And I will also try my best now to end the notification to send out telling you what I'm going to be covering, or at least giving you the name of the broadcast. And then you can decide if you want to tune in or not. I mean, probably I shouldn't do that. The name of every broadcast should be emergency. You must listen or bad things will happen. Okay, that would not probably be nice, but okay. Just something we're going to try. Will it be successful? We don't know. So typically what I try isn't successful, and things that I don't think much about are successful. I think my attempts at success are always a failure, but I'm always going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, just get that done with right now. So that's it. We will be back live probably on both platforms here. Once I decide what I'm going to be doing next, and you'll get a notification. Either way, you're going to get a notification that I'm either live on both platforms or that I'm only live on one. You're going to get notifications throughout the afternoon telling you exactly what I am doing. And then when I am finished, I will send out a notification letting you know that concludes another day of live broadcasting from the middle of nowhere, Texas. Then I'm going to get in my car and drive as fast as I can before the winter apocalypse happens. Okay. All right. Well, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it sure makes it sound dramatic. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this will be something that's going to be beneficial and useful, and we'll see how successful it will be over the next few days. Well, we'll try to give it at least 2 months to see if it's successful or not successful. And then you can tell me what you think. If you like it, let me know. newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. Or this is very easy. If you're in our Discord channel, just tell me. I love the idea, hate the idea. I'm never going to use the ChurchOne app. Good, bad, indifferent. I need to know, because It's about money and making sure that we're using money in a correct way, that we're using it where for things that actually people are using, not just using things just to have them. All right. So there you go. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on the air shortly with a lot of things to talk about today. So thanks for listening. God bless.